So are you still absolutely geeked from the second episode of HBO's most talked about series? Everyone here at the Podtastic 4 definitely is. If you're a zombie fan, or just a fun guy, or you're still fiending for Pedro Pascal, then you need to stay tuned to this episode. What do, Podvengers? Welcome back to another episode of Podtastic 4. It's your boy, Blacksby, and today I am solo dolo. Everyone else is tied up on something or some other task, some obligations, so it's just me today. One man, by myself, freestyle, Lone Ranger. I'm just chomping at the bit to discuss my reaction to the second episode of HBO's The Last of Us. I did happen to get one other reaction from Gerardo. So we will be diving into that today. But before I do that, I need y'all to Hulk smash that subscribe button so you do not miss out on the most authentic fan-run content on the web. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So, episode 2 of The Last of Us. First of all, if you saw our previous episode, you know we have very high ratings, very high regard for this series. Everyone in this series is acting really well. I know it's only been 2 episodes, but what the hell? Everyone's acting their ass off, bro. They are doing what needs to be done. Pedro Pascal, as usual, is amazing. Bella Ramsey, perfect casting. She's fantastic. Sorry, they're fantastic. They bring a certain, they bring Ellie to life. I don't care what anyone says. They are doing great. Anna Torv as Tess, fantastic. Great acting. Everyone is doing well. It's a well-written show. Episode 2 was very, very intense. I will say that, to say the least. It's very intense. It did start off in that kind of that cold open, really, really serious, really intense tone, especially given that, everything that's been going on in the world with the triple-demic that we're in, just the uncertainty of everything going on with coronavirus. Having the starting point of this episode being in Jakarta, Indonesia, where kind of everything went haywire, so to speak. It was very chilling. It made me sweat. It made me be like, dang, this is what's going on in the real world, low key. We don't need that. Cut that out, please. Stop. But yeah, it was great. A great starting point. We got to see kind of the origin. Well, more or less the origin of the cordyceps spread. We did see one of the theories that we had heard about, and I don't think we brought it up on the last episode, but I know I did talk about it before. This is being spread through the flour, through the grain, at that factory. I don't want to spoil it too much because you guys need to see this show. You need to watch this episode for yourself. Don't worry about listen to what I'm saying, but go ahead and watch this episode for yourself, form your own conclusions. But seeing how this started, how this spread across from Indonesia to the rest of the world is just they're spot on. They're doing the game justice, and I love where this is going. The rest of the episode, we're going through them trying to get Ellie out west. And I know we're not going to see a whole lot happen immediately, but they're like microdosing. They're microdosing this crap. They're microdosing the scary elements, the intense gripping fear that you have in a zombie apocalyptic type show. Craig Mazin, who worked on Chernobyl, and his team brought the infected to life in such a way. I'm like, this is real. This is low key scary as hell, because I'm thinking this is a real thing. I'm worried for my life. Wake up in the morning. I keep that piece on me. I keep that tool on me. I keep that thing on me. And I'm walking around like, man, what if one of these things ran around the corner? What would I do? Instantly quiet. Like they said, like in silence. Just like in the show. This is awesome. I cannot say that enough. Speaking of Pedro Pascal from earlier, like I was talking about, I just love watching this man act. He's great. He's a phenomenal actor. I want to see him in more projects moving forward because I love him. He's great. He's phenomenal. Everybody cheering for Pedro. Everybody standing up for Pedro. I'm for him. You hear me? That's my guy. That's my guy. Ever since I saw him in Narcos and Game of Thrones, I knew this man was destined for greatness. And then seeing him obviously in The Mandalorian, he was under the mask. Don't let anybody tell you different. Don't let anybody tell you different. Okay, he was under the mask. That's my boy. I want to see him in more projects moving forward. We will be discussing our theories, our predictions for, and obviously our fan cast for Pedro and other actors moving into the MCU or into the DCU or into any other universe. Who knows? But me personally, I like the idea of him being a Ghost Rider. I think he'll bring a certain seriousness to the character while, you know, pulling from his intensity as Mandalorian from serious, just a very serious role that needs to be done right. You need to cast the right guy to bring this character to life. The spirit of vengeance needs to be brought to life in a certain way. Furthermore, relating him to Robbie Reyes, Gabriel Luna, excuse me, I almost burped right there. That was terrible. Oh my gosh, don't mind me. But relating Johnny Blaze to Robbie Reyes somehow would be interesting, as far as their heritage and going from one Ghost Rider to the next Ghost Rider to the next, and seeing how this kind of goes down the line. Because Robbie Reyes is the fifth character to be titled as the Ghost Rider, but it would be cool to see the kind of passing the torch, no pun intended. And obviously, seeing Pedro and Gabe Luna in the same show, and their dynamic in the rest of the season, hopefully in the rest of this series, should be a good indicator how well they'd work in another project. Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance, Disney Plus. What's it called? Special presentation. Anyway, sorry, I had something in my throat there. Yeah. Anyways, and on to Bella Ramsey, also from Game of Thrones alum. They're just great. I don't know why people are so, I know why people are hating on them, but I don't understand it. They're a great actress, sorry. Actress. They're a great actor. They're a great performer. There's no reason for you to be hating on a child, on a teenager, just because your misperception or whatever. Just stop it. Enjoy the show. If you really want to go back to the source material, go play the game. It's okay. Go buy you a PlayStation. Go play the game. I'll buy the PlayStation. Okay, I won't do that. I'll buy the game for you. Yeah. Anyways, what I want to see moving forward. Actually, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say what I want, because I want to see this story told a different way from the game. Not necessarily like going off the rails and not aligning with the source material too much, but like they're putting their own spin on it. Tess's death was very different from the game. But yeah, I do want to see them moving forward. I want to see them do their own thing while still, adhering to the game's storyline, the lore, all that. But again, Craig Mazin, GOAT. Neil Druckmann, GOAT. Pedro Pascal, GOAT. Bella Ramsey, GOAT. Anna Torv, GOAT. Whoever else I didn't name, GOAT. This show is fire. This show is top tier. It's going to be one of my favorite shows of 2023. Until Mandalorian Season 3 drops. Then obviously I'm going to be hyping that. I'm about to be a shill for that. I'm 100% there. Nobody can tell me different. But yeah. I'm going to read Gerardo's breakdown, his response, his reaction to episode 2. So he sent me this over text, and I quote, Gerardo says, I was definitely a lot more interested and invested in the second episode. The first one suffered in terms of pacing, but the second one held my attention for the whole episode. Ellie's actor did a great job, and I'm fully convinced they're going to kill the game. Also love the TikToks coming from this episode, showing the game animations like the board walking over rooftops. backpack inventory, moving the shelf to proceed, as well as boosting tests. That's a very valid, reaction, very valid breakdown to the second episode. Luis told me he loves it. He, like I said, or like we talked about in our our reaction to the first episode, Luis recently played the game. Like, I played the game way many years before, and my brain is kind of, I'm still trying to kick the dust off so I can, jog my memory so we can really talk about this. Short of me buying a PlayStation to play this game, I have an Xbox, by the way. Short of me buying a PlayStation to play this game all over again, I don't know. I might just watch some gameplays online, see if my memory starts getting jogged or whatever. But anyways, Luis has recently played this game, and he has a very fresh perspective, and he's able to tell us, this is what happened here. This is what's supposed to, he knows what's going on fairly well, and he loves it. He loves it so far. He loves the show so far. Graham, same thing. Everyone's pretty much on the same page. Araya said the same thing. She loved episode 1. She's getting through episode 2. Everyone loves this show. I don't think we're going to have much negative to say about it. At least not right now. We'll see as the show progresses, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a season 2, because I want to see where they go past this. There's no way this doesn't get renewed for a second season. This is, in terms of HBO fumbling bags, all the shows that they've canceled. They canceled, what was it, Westworld? They canceled a bunch of other stuff. I was like, what are you doing? What is wrong with you, Zaslav? What is wrong with you, bro? You can forgive me after you give us our screeners, but what is going on at at Warner Brothers? Why are they dropping all these good shows? They're cutting a lot of the catalog off there. It's like they saw how good their product was, and they're like, let's trash it. Let's screw this up. They canceled just today. When I'm recording this episode, today's January 25th. DC and HBO Max are not going forward with Titans or Doom Patrol past this season. So it's like, dude, what the heck? They're canceling all this great stuff. They're giving us not so great stuff. I won't name shows yet because that's coming in another episode. But to see something so good like The Last of Us, it makes me wonder, like, will they be like, oh, this is too good, we gotta cancel it, or some BS like that? Or will they do the smart thing, let this run for 2-3 seasons, and just, I don't know, move to something else. Move to something else stellar and fantastic. That's just me. You let me know what your thoughts are. Tweet us at thepodtastic4 with the number 4, and let us know what you think about The Last of Us, episode 1, episode 2. If you played the game, definitely let us know what you think about this show. We would love to hear y'all's opinions. What else do we got? That kind of wraps it up on The Last of Us. That leaves room for, I guess, a little bit more discussion on Pedro Pascal. Sorry, we're going to be talking about him over and over. You're going to get really annoyed as March rolls around and the Mandalorian starts getting hyped up, because we're going to talk about that. I want to see him some more movies. The last movie I saw him in was The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Luis and I saw that in theaters. And I'm not going to lie, it wasn't a bad film, but it wasn't great. But Pedro was fantastic. He was phenomenal. Just same thing with Wonder Woman 84. Pedro was fantastic. Chris Pine, fantastic. Everybody else, please find a new job. No disrespect. Yeah, he's doing it. He's killing it. And we love to see it. We need to see more of him. We need to see more representation across the board. So yeah, that's all I got to say on that. Anyways, that kind of wraps it up for today. I appreciate you guys watching and listening to our channel. Go ahead and be sure to follow us on Twitter at thepodtastic4, again with the number 4, to stay tuned to everything coming up this year. Leave us a fantastic 5-star review. Hulk smash that MF like button. Shows how much you enjoyed this show. Share this podcast to your friends, family, everybody, everywhere. And that way, we can continue building this massive and fantastic community. We just really appreciate you guys tuning in with us every week. So that being said, thank you guys so much, and see you next time on the Podtastic 4.